Hi everyone, welcome to Mimi's Sparkling Diamonds. Today we're going to do our weekly WIP Chat. So I'm Brandy, let me get situated here. I got me a new chair from Walmart, no expensive chair, cheapy one, but just something better than what I had. I originally had a hardback chair and it just wasn't working. Pardon the fan that's in here. We're having issues with our air condition, and we are in southeast Texas, and it is hot down here and humid, and I've got to have the fan on, so excuse the fan. But first of all, I just want to introduce myself, introduce the channel, and say welcome to Mimi's Sparkling Diamonds. So here's a little cover reminder. I've got y'all zoomed in already to what I'm going to be working on, but I'm fixing to show y'all a picture of it. This is my canvas for Claws and Paws 2025. I figured y'all, we might want to change it up from the Medusa canvas I've been working on from DAC. This is from Dreamer Designs. But first, I want to welcome everyone to Mimi's Sparkling Diamonds. I'm Brandy again, and this is not my normal time to do my WIP Chat this late in the evening, but I will get into that in a minute. So, but let me find that picture real quick of this canvas in my logbook, because I keep my WIPs in my logbook. Y'all are fixing to see kind of a picture of my logbook. I don't know that I'll do this logbook next year, but anyway, there is a picture of the canvas. It's called Time to Chill, and there it is. Time to Chill by Sandra Stewart. And so that's that. It's Dreamer Designs, like I said, and it is, I don't have the dimensions because they put their dimensions at the top and I've got this in the way. It's Shauna Stewart, not Sandra. And it's the title of it's Time to Chill, design size 50 by 40 centimeters. So, and this is a Dreamer Designs canvas. So again, I want to welcome everybody, my subscribers, for returning. Thank you so much. I appreciate your continued support. If you're new here and you are catching my WIP Chat on the fly, we're going to talk. WIP means work in progress, and this is my work in progress. And if you want to grab something that you're crafting on, or you have a diamond painting you're working on and you want to work on your diamond painting while I chat for a little bit about life and diamond painting for about 45 minutes to an hour, please feel welcome. If you're out running errands or you're just sitting on the couch and you want to listen to someone to like a podcast, here you go. You can do that as well. I'm gonna cut open this section here, and then I'm gonna start diamond painting and everything, and we'll get into the actual meat of the WIP Chat. But anyone who's new, please take a look around my channel. I do WIP Chats every week. Just kind of talk about life, catch up on things and my diamond painting plans. And then this is what I do every week. And then I do unboxings. I do my mind just went blank. Finishing reviews and all kinds of other diamond painting content. So poke around my channel. I've got different playlists. Please look around there. If you like what you see and you like what you hear and you want to be a part of this chaos, then by all means go ahead and subscribe, and I would really like to have you here. So I sectioned this off with washi tape, and I didn't measure. Okay, I did not sit and measure these sections, so these sections might be smaller than these sections, or vice versa, or whatever. I just kind of eyeballed it. I'm not that much of a perfectionist. I don't care. It's just that this canvas does not have the perforated sections like Diamond Art Clubs do. A lot of Diamond Art Clubs, and so I do not have one of those cutty things that most people have. Oh, hang on, I don't want to cut my canvas. And so I'm using this pair of scissors to cut this. And now that I'm a little bit, well, that side's going to come up. It's trying to tear from the washi tape, like the washi tape is tearing, but I'm trying to cut it to make like a clean line. But I do not want to cut my canvas in the meanwhile. So let's just do that. Let's just do it like that. It's fine. And what I'll do is, and we will talk about what I'm working with in a minute as soon as I get this cut, because it's going to get in the way when I'm trying to actually place drills. So this is my first streamer designs I'm ever working on, and it is a square canvas. It has 55 colors. It has 3 crystals and 3 ABs in it. And this is again my canvas for the Claws and Paws 2025 event, which I'm really enjoying. So I'm working with, obviously, the canvas. That's what I'm working on. This one's trying to stow away, because when I lifted that plastic, I kind of disturbed the drills. Then I'm working with my Diamond Art Club purple pen. It's the Twist and Pick pen, and it is nice. This is a 6-placer, and I've got Randa's Crafty Corner putty in it, and I've got the red wax in the Twist and Pick part of this. So there's Diamond Art Club red wax in there. And I'm using my trusty and favorite Firefly tray. It's black, as you see, and it says Firefly up here. And then it has this nice thing where you can pull it out and dump your drills out of the spout and close this back. Has really nice ridges in here. It holds the drills real well. Has a lid, which is right here, sliding lid. It's my favorite tray in the whole world. I need to order me another one in another color, but I really do like the black. And then my cover minder with my channel name on it. This one right here says Mimi Sparkling Diamonds. Shar Shenanigans made it for me. I had to think about it for a minute. My mind this week is blurry, and I'm getting ready to tell y'all why. But Shar Shenanigans made this for me, and I ordered it from her, and I love it. It's a cover binder too, and it has the magnets on the back. I just use it like a regular, just to hold, just to lay down. I love it. And then I do have the branded tweezers from Diamond Art Club if I need those handy. So that's what I'm working on and working with. Let me get some drills down in here. I noticed, so I have this canvas on top of my Medusa canvas that I'm working on. So that's how we're doing that. Y'all can't see that right now, but under this is the Medusa. You can see her foot right there. So let's talk about regular life real quick, and then we're going to talk about diamond painting. So what's been going on with my regular life? I think last week I shared with you guys that my boss, which is a man, him and his wife were having their first child, and they had him on Monday of last Monday. Not this Monday, past Monday, but the last Monday. So, or they had him, yeah, they had him on Monday about 5 o'clock. So, she initially did not want any pain medicine or anything like that. She wanted to try to do the natural thing. Well, that quickly changed whenever the contractions started and she was in a lot of pain. She was like, no, and then her blood pressure was an issue, so they recommended that she get an epidural, and so she did. Long story short, their baby was delivered via C-section, emergency via C-section, and without going into too many details, the umbilical cord was wrapped around his neck, so it was causing complications with the birth and whatever, and they delivered him via C-section. My boss just now today came back to work for like 2 hours because his wife has been, recovering. It was a traumatizing experience, and for their privacy, I'm not going to go into the details, but it was very traumatizing. The hospital, the doctor, well, one of the staff at the hospital and the doctor they had was obviously turned out not to be very good. Let's just say that. And so he was telling me all this and recalling it, and my heart just went out to him because he was getting so emotional and so angry at, when he recalled it. I mean, honestly, I think he might have some sort of PTSD from this experience, and I can't tell you the details, and I'm not, because I'm going to protect their privacy. But the point that I'm trying to make here is I am so sad for them and the experience that they had, which was very negative and could have been fatal to the baby and to the mom. And so, but I'm happy to report both baby and mom are home. They're doing good. My boss has been helping his wife with the baby because she, is recovering and everything. And she told him to come on to work today for a couple hours and that she would be fine with the baby. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign. I knew that my boss was going to be a fantastic dad. They had been trying for a long time to have a child, and they finally were able to get pregnant. And then her pregnancy was overall, it was pretty smooth. So I'm thankful for that, and I'm thankful that God chose to make sure that her and the baby both were okay, and things are going to get settled down and they can recover and go on about their lives. But it just made my heart hurt for him, as he was telling me and recalling these events that happened. But anyway, so they're home now, and he came for about a couple hours, and I told him, well, if there's anything I can do, just let me know. If he doesn't feel like coming to work, because he said the baby's up at night, and stuff like that. And I'm like, of course he is. But, and everything, but, we're it's a slow time of year for us right now, and whatever. And if this is not the first time I've ever handled the shop by myself. But anyway, so I'm happy to report that everything's, she's getting better. The baby is fine. He's doing good. So, they had a little boy, And I nicknamed him Zoe because I cannot say his name the way that they say it, because my boss is from Pakistan, and so when they say certain words, there's a different pronunciation, and I don't have that ability. I know some Spanish, but I know the bad words, obviously, and I know, like, basic stuff. I don't know really enough to really hold a conversation, even though I took 2 years of it in school. So if any of y'all are school age and you are listening to this channel, make sure you when you take a foreign language that you pay attention and you learn it. Because I wished so many times that I knew how to speak Spanish. Where we live, based on where we live and all that stuff, it would be so nice to be bilingual in Spanish. And so, anyway, but I named him Baby Zoe. Z-O. So, anyway, so I'm happy to report that they're back and resting and recovering. She's such a nice person. His wife, such a nice person. And I'm just happy for them now that they are home and they can rest and recover and all that. So that happened. So I've been running the shop by myself, and it's been okay. We've been kind of slow. And then last weekend we went to help our son build a fence for 2 parts of a fence, one on one side of the house and the other on the other side of the house, for their dogs to go out. And my daughter-in-law's pregnant, and so she was like, I can't handle a newborn, 2 big dogs, and my grandson, and try to let them out to go to the bathroom or walk them to go to the bathroom. So she said, I need to just be able to open the door and let them go out, go potty, do their thing, and then come back in if they, want to. They have a German Shepherd, and then they have she's kind of like a bird dog. That's the best I can describe her. But she's a good girl. She's a good dog. But they're just, they're dogs. They have to go out and potty and all that. And so with a newborn coming and then a 3-year-old, she's going to have her hands full just with them, not including the pets. So they have 2 cats, 2 dogs, and then they're going to have 2 kids. My grandson and my granddaughter is due in October. So we went out to help with that to their house, and my husband and my son built the fence, and I visited with my grandbaby and was kind of playing with them, and we were kind of, I wouldn't say roughhousing necessarily, but he ran to jump in my arms, and when he did, I guess I leaned forward too far, and he was playing with me, and his head went into my left cheekbone, and it felt like someone punched my eye out. It hurt so bad. Immediately, tears came to my eyes, and of course he started crying because he thought I was crying, but I really wasn't crying. I was more of, brought tears to my eyes because it hurt so bad. And I said, it's okay, Mimi's gonna be alright. So finally, after I got him calmed down enough, we stayed for about 20 more minutes, and then we ended up leaving because they got done with the fence, and I had to work Monday. So my cheek is still very sore, but I got to see my little turkey doodle. So Sunday we got to see him and visit for a little bit. So that's always a plus. And then Sunday night, I could not go to sleep. I was up and down. I don't know what my deal is. My stomach's been irritated, and everything. So every time I eat, my stomach hurts. And I'm not eating like a whole lot or anything. It just hurts bad. So I don't know. I might have to end up going to the doctor if it continues. But anyway, other than that, I've just been working this week. And then today, I was going to come home and film my WIP Chat and everything at normal time, which would be like sometime on Wednesday afternoon. Probably like after 3, but before 6. Because I usually, that's my quiet time, and my husband's still at work, and I can usually get in, you know, a decent WIP Chat by then, during that time. So, I was at work and I was closing things out, and my oldest sister called me and she's like, "Hey, I've got to come down to the area by my mom and dad's house, which I'm taking care of right now because I work near it, and they're out of town at their vacation house." And she's like, "I need to come down there for an appointment, and I'll be done about 5:30. What are you doing this evening?" And I said, "Well, I was closing up shop because I need to go to the bank and run a couple errands before I go, after I go to mom's and get her mail and all that." And she's like, "Well, since I'm going to be at that appointment, would you like me to meet me for dinner at the local Olive Garden?" And I'm like, sure. So her and I, you know, just went and was catching up, and she's dating a guy that was a high school boyfriend, and then they split up in high school and then reunited not too long ago, probably back in April-ish or something like that. They kind of reconnected and all that, and then things moved pretty quickly, and he is moved in, and they're thinking about getting married, but I think they're gonna wait for a little bit. You know, he sold his house. He lived in Houston, and she lives in the outskirts, and they decided they were going to she already had her own house and all that, land and all that. So anyway, he decided he was going to sell his place, and he's going to move with her, which he did. And so we were just catching up. We all went on vacation together, including him, and you know, things went well and all that. So we were just kind of catching up because we've all been busy. My grandson's been over a couple times, and they're busy with her property. And then my little sister, you know, I talked to her, so I'm the middle. I have 2 sisters, one older, one younger, but we're all really close. All of us are very close. My oldest sister does shows. She has a side business as well. She works full time for a HR company, and then she has a side business. And we were talking about doing the shows in the fall, some of the shows, but we're not undecided what we're going to do because, like I've told y'all, I'm going to be closing my side business the end December 31st is it. Whatever inventory I have left, me and Mom have left, I'm going to list it on Marketplace and stuff like that and just liquidate it. But we're trying to book shows. You have to book that in advance if you want to go to shows and pay and all that. So we're trying to do that for the fall and the winter season, trying to sell as much as we can. So we were discussing, you know, just catching up on life and everything. My husband was still working, so it was nice to meet her for dinner, and I figured I would just come home and film my WIP and Chat. I told my husband, I said I didn't get to film my WIP and Chat, and he's like, why don't you do it in just a minute? And I said, well, we both just got home, and I try to spend time with you. And he goes, it's no big deal, I'm gonna eat, because he ended up having to work late a little bit and everything, and he's like, I'm gonna eat dinner and watch some TV. And I said, okay. I said, I usually try to keep it to 45 minutes to an hour. And he's like, take all the time you want. I know you want to diamond paint and stuff. And he goes, I'm glad you were able to meet your sister and all that. And I'm like, yeah. No, I mean, we're very close. My family's very, very close. So I joke and say we're like a cult, because once you're in, you're in, and if you get out, you're out. You're pretty much dead to us. I always joke and say that. My family's good people. We're all good people, but we were raised with certain standards and certain moral compass, and we do not let anyone hurt our family members, because if they try, they're going to be sorry. Mess around and find out, and that's the nicest way I can say it. And if you know, you know what I really want, what I really am trying to say. Okay, so but it was nice to catch up with her. So that brings us up to current with my personal life. So honestly, guys, I don't have that much of a personal life. Over the weekend, I just diamond painted. I recorded a few videos. We were having some kind of crappy weather here, and I just pretty much relaxed on Saturday, which I fully needed. Then Sunday we went, and me and my husband went to eat, and then we went out to my sister's to get the fencing, and then we went all the way back to my son's house. So that took up most of the afternoon and evening. Then we got back here. I diamond painted for a while, and then got ready for bed, and then laid down. And again, Monday night, I ended up coming home, and instead of coming in here to diamond paint or whatever, I sat on the couch and I got comfortable, and I ended up falling asleep, which is very unusual for me to fall asleep like that, because I try not to nap in the afternoon because it messes with my sleeping pattern. But I slept for about 2.5 hours. And so Monday evening when I woke up, because my husband's off on Mondays, and we just ate leftovers for dinner. We had Texas Roadhouse Sunday evening after we left my kids' house, because they were going to her parents. My daughter-in-law and my son and Colt were going to my daughter-in-law's parents for dinner. And so we ended up leaving as they were leaving to go over there. And then my husband was like, what do you want for dinner? And I said, it's your choice. I wasn't really that hungry. So I knew going into it that I was going to be bringing it home. Now, Brandy, one thing about me is I really do not like leftovers. There are very few things that I will eat leftover. Very few. I just am not a leftover kind of person. I'm not snobby or any of that. I just don't like leftovers. And my husband does. He loves leftovers. So he thought that I was going to just leave it in the fridge and he was going to take it for lunch for work. Well, Monday when I got home, I was hungry and I didn't feel like cooking anything because I was exhausted. And so I got that food out and I ate it early for dinner, because he had went to a friend's house and was on the way home that evening. So I just went ahead and ate, and so by the time he got here and warmed up his food from the day before and all that, I was already full, and I ended up watching this show with them, or started watching it with them, and I ended up falling asleep and didn't even realize it. And I woke up 2.5 hours later, and he's like, I said, Josh, why didn't you wake me up? Because now I'm not going to be able to go to sleep tonight. But he was like, well, last night you tossed and turned and you were restless, so I thought you needed, your rest. And I'm like, well, I did, but my goodness, So, other than that, though, it's been pretty low key this week. We're slow at work, but I've had enough to keep me, be steady, and all that. So that's been nice. But it's been hot here. We are in the dog days of summer for real. And I was listening to Kim E. Her channel is My Happy Place, and she was talking about living in South Africa, and that right now they're in their winter time because they're below the equator, and they're south of the equator, and they're in the middle of winter, and they're freezing to death. And she said they are literally cold, and I can't wait for it to get hot. And I commented on her video, and I said, hey, we'll trade you any day. It is hot as hell down here. And I said, you can legally put enough clothes on to get warm, but you cannot legally take enough off to get cool. Legally, you cannot. So, yeah, I don't like summer. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I do not like summertime at all. I hate it. I'm hot-natured, so I'm hot all the time. Oh, one thing I did do last week, and I forgot to tell you guys, is, real quickly, I got my hair done. I got my hair colored and cut. I only go get my hair colored and cut like every 6 months or so, because, number one, it's expensive to get my hair colored. And number two, the lady that does my hair, she does a fantastic job, but it's expensive, and she can't absorb all those costs, and I don't expect her to. This is a beautiful AB right here. This is that orange AB 742. It's beautiful. See it? So pretty. See it? So beautiful. So, it's the T symbol right here that I'm going to be working on. I'm right-handed, y'all. Sorry. So, anyway, I got my hair done Saturday, then Friday afternoon, I got my hair done, so I got off work early to get my hair done. And then, Saturday, like I said, it was really chill. I did have to get out and go to my mom's to take care of her house, to get her mail and all that and stuff. And so I waited till like 3 o'clock to go get her mail, and I decided to go to a local shopping area near her house, and I got some hair products for my hair, and ended up finding some eyeshadows and stuff like that I liked, and a lip gloss, so that was good. Then I went to a local Bath and Body Works to see if they had any homemade soap, like with goat milk or natural ingredients. And they had this body wash that's shea butter and honey, and it doesn't have a really loud scent. It's kind of mild scent. It smells really good though. So I ended up picking that up and trying it to see how it's working, and it's working pretty good. I needed something that's gentle for my face and body and stuff like that. So the lady had recommended that, and it is working pretty good. So I was happy with that purchase. And then yesterday, since we were slow, I had to go to the airport to drop off a couple international packages, and then I decided to come back through and get my nails done, get a mani-pedi. So I got my nails done, and they're this red, it's called red brick or red something. But that's kind of the color. I know it's probably hard to see it. But I really like the color. And so that took a little bit. And I only do it maybe once a month or so, because I just can't justify spending that kind of money every 2 weeks to have a mani-pedi. I only get a pedicure once a month for sure, because it's ridiculous. I get the deluxe one, and so I'm only going to justify that once a month, which is fine. I mean, but my nails, I do try to get them done every 2 weeks, but sometimes I'll stretch it out to like 3 weeks. Just depends on the length and how far they're growing out and all that stuff. So, but anyway, that was relaxing. Some self-care stuff. Sometimes you just have to take care of yourself. You have to go, get your hair done or get your nails done, or, self-care. It makes a person feel good. My husband and I are going to be starting on, Ozempic shot, something similar to Ozempic. We both need to lose some weight, and this will help us do that. And so we are looking forward to that. We're waiting for that to come in. And I hope it helps. We both need to lose weight. My blood pressure has been an issue since I had my son. My husband now has high blood pressure, and it's just been discovered not too very recently. And his blood pressure is literally, when I say it's out of control, it's like stroke level. So I'm very happy that we're going to be able to get on these GLP-1s and see if they can't help us bring our weight down, along with trying to eat better, and along with a little bit of exercise. We are getting older. We do have a gym membership, but our schedules are crazy, and it's very hard to make time to go to the gym together. And you really need an accountability partner to keep you motivated in that way. And so we're trying to get a plan together to get all this to going. We both work full time. It's really difficult, but we're working on it. So one step at a time. So I think that's it for my regular life. As far as diamond painting, I'm enjoying doing this canvas so far. I will say, and I'm enjoying the Claws and Paws event. I think it's awesome that the grand prize one of the grand prizes is a monetary donation to a 501(c) nonprofit shelter or organization, foster organization for animals. That's one of the top one of the grand prizes. I think that is freaking awesome, man. That is awesome. Now you can win weekly prizes. I can't remember all the rules, but you need to look. You do have to listen to. It's being hosted by Laura and Anxiety Art Adventures, and then Hannah at Sparkling Spectrumite. They're the two hostesses of this event, and they are both fabulous people. And so there are weekly prizes and stuff like that, but I just think that grand prize, that is the best grand prize I have ever heard of in a diamond painting event. That they're going to give a monetary donation to animals and to help animals, because I have 3 cats, and although they get on my nerves every now and then, they're my babies. I do have a grown son, and I have 2 stepchildren, and they're both grown, but my cats are my babies right now. Me and my husband are empty nesters, and our cats are our babies, and we have an elderly cat, and then we have a middle-aged cat, and then we have a younger cat. Not a kitten or anything. She's a young adult. But after these guys, I don't think we're gonna get any more. We'll see. We always say that, and then we end up with something else. So, but anyway, and we do have 2 tarantulas. They're my husband's. He takes care of them. So anyway, back to this painting. So, in honor of my cats, of course, I have a lot of cat canvases, but I did want to try a Dreamer Designs. This is a square. What I will say is I've never worked with crystals. I've worked with squares, as I'm doing this huge Medusa canvas, which is squares. And I've never worked with Dreamer Designs squares or rounds. And so this is my first canvas. But the crystals, I will say, they have been rather hard to place. I don't know if that's their nature. I've heard a few people say that it is. And so what I've done is, if there's crystals in a place, I've tried to place the crystals first in a lot of situations to see if that would help me with the grid. But I will give Dreamer Designs credit. This canvas right here, I'm not a perfect placer. Okay, so let me preface the statement with that. I'm not a perfect placer. But I have heard that on some of the older Dreamer Designs canvases, that the gapping is really bad, which I have 2 older ones, but I haven't worked on them. But this grid so far is good. There is not a lot of gapping. Again, if there is gapping, it's my placement, not because of the canvas necessarily. These drills are fitting pretty good together. In some places almost too tight. So, but so far I'm really enjoying this canvas. I'm hoping that I can get it done. I've got it divided in 16 free, and then this was 4. So it was 16 sections was divided in, and I've already finished 2 sections here, and within 2 days. So I'm trying to stretch it out, because I've also got going my Medusa canvas, which y'all have seen in a WIP Chat. So that's why I decided to show y'all this one in this week's WIP Chat and work on it in this week's WIP Chat. Because y'all have seen the Medusa canvas for weeks now. I am happy to report, though, that I have gotten some pretty good momentum with that canvas. And the issue with our floor, if you've been watching my channel, the issue with our floor in here, and the AC dripping and all that, has been addressed. The landlord knows about it, and they are addressing it. So I'm hoping that we were able to dry out the carpet, that section of the carpet and the jute, and it doesn't stink or smell or anything, so that's good. And then they are going to be replacing the AC in here, which is it's gonna be a necessary thing. I mean, the AC is old and it needs to be replaced. We have window units, if you're wondering, and these window units have had their share of use, to put it lightly. So they need to be changed. But anyway, I'm liking my setup. I did buy me a cheap office chair from Walmart. It was $32. It's not no gamer chair or anything like that, but it is nicer than what I had. It sits up higher, so that's good. I have this foldable table that I'm working on, and it's raised up on bed risers. So, because to me that makes it easier on my back and everything. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and I'm enjoying the chair. I did get in today a canvas from Art Studio UK that I ordered, and I also got in my Carissa's Crafty Corner package with my canvas roller and my funnels. So I will be doing an unboxing of that and showing y'all the colors I got and all those, and I'll be doing an formal unboxing of the Diamond Art Studio UK in a video pretty soon. I'm almost done with my unboxing of my stash. As it was current date at the time. I'm on my large Diamond Art Club canvases, but I am a little aggravated with Diamond Art Club right now, simply because I don't know what the heck's going on with their shipping. But I live in Texas, so their warehouse is in Dallas. Okay? I know that everyone says no, they're in Florida. Their warehouse ships out of Dallas. So I don't know if their corporate headquarters is in Florida. It doesn't make me a hill of beans where it's at. I work in shipping. I ship all the time. I use UPS and post office, all them. I know what all the carriers do. And typically, I have my canvases that I order, like I ordered some restock canvases. I didn't even order from like the new releases or whatever. I ordered the restocks. And I have a canvas that was restock that I ordered, and then I had another one that was already in my cart, which was a small one. And every day that I've looked at, ordered them on the 31st of July. Today's the 5th, 6th, today's the 6th of August, and it still says processing. Well, yesterday I was getting concerned. I was like, well, I've already paid for this, and it says paid on their website. But I got on there and I went to customer support, and I gave them the order number, and I said, hey, I'm just curious about my order because this is very unusual for me. Usually I would have already had my canvases by now. They were already been delivered. And they replied, and, they were very prompt as usual, which I really appreciate. But again, I don't know what's going on with their shipping. I don't know what's going on. They're doing all these restocks and all this, but evidently they're seriously backlogged or something. And they're like, well, your order's going to be processed in 3 or 4 days. And I replied and I said, well, it's already been processing 3 or 4 days. It normally don't take that long. But that's what they said. They said, just keep a lookout for it. and then as soon as it ships, we'll send you a notification. And I'm like, okay, I mean, what else am I going to say? No, don't do that, and whatever. I mean, no, obviously I'm not. I want the canvases, you know, but I don't know what's going on with their shipping. And then most of the creators that I watch, if they're sneak peekers and everything, they get sneak peek canvases. They're having to show them as first looks because they're not getting the canvases on time, in time for them to be sneak peeks. They're getting them delivered to even to them after the time, the release time, and I don't get that. I don't understand that. That kind of defeats the purpose in a way, because like Kara, the principal painter, she was showing Mother Earth today, and I was watching that video. I don't know when she posted it, but it was a belated sneak peek is what it was. It was a first look, and that canvas is beautiful, and not that I was going to buy it, because I wasn't, but she showed it, and then she said that it was already sold out. So I mean, you know, people are just buying as what they see on the Diamond Art Club website, and they're not getting the sneak peeks to see, you know, it's not, some people, I guess what I'm trying to say is some people can look at something and say, yeah, and look at the rendering that the Diamond Art Club puts out, and they can make a decision based on their experience and say, yeah, that's an image I want, and you know, it's square, round, whatever, and that's that. But some people are visual, and they like to see, like, okay, does it have this many specials? Does it, you know, how big it, you know, how actually big is it? Like, some people can't visualize measurements, you know, and I think the sneak peeks are very important, and I just don't get it. Like, a canvas that I've seen before, I'll be honest, I've seen some canvases before where I've thought to myself, oh no, you know, I don't care for that, but then I'll watch the sneak peek and I'm like, oh, well, it's not that big, or it's this or that or whatever, and I change my mind and I end up buying it. So I don't know, but she did advise everyone that would like the canvas to put it on their wish list since it was sold out and all that. And you know, honestly, it's frustrating when you put stuff on a wish list, because, you know, and you sign up for the notifications, because they don't always restock stuff in a timely manner. You know, they have so many canvases, you know, and they're trying to appeal to a wide audience, and I understand that. So if you miss out on a canvas, like and I'm not trying to promote FOMO, I'm really not. But if you don't get your hands on a canvas and then you put in, like, notify me or whatever, who knows when that's going to restock? You know, what if your taste is not the same as your neighbor, and then, you know, and they use all that data when people put canvases in their favorites and all this stuff, and they sign up for notifications. They have to utilize that data to say, well, where is the supply and demand? They're a business. So just because I like an image don't mean that the rest of the diamond painting community likes that image. And so if I really like something and it sells out initially and I sign up for restocks, there's no telling when that's going to come back in stock. And it's just frustrating. It's just very frustrating. So, I mean, I have a pretty decent sized wish list, and part of that is because I'm trying to be on a lower buy, unless it's absolutely something that comes back in stock. Like this past restock that I bought, it was a canvas I wanted. I missed out on it. You know, I didn't order it in time. It sold out, and then they restocked it, and I immediately bought it. Okay? Because I really wanted it the first time. So if it's something like that, like a canvas that I really, really want, I'm gonna get it. But if it's just I'm kind of like middle ground about it, or not sure, no, I'm not going to get it. But if it's something I've been waiting on and waiting on and waiting on, absolutely, it's going to, that keyboard on my phone is going to get clicked so quick, it's going to be burning like fire. Because I'm trying to get my hands on that canvas. So, anyway, that's my grumpy, frumpy, you know, whining, basically, that I'm trying to do. But I am aggravated, like, not mad per se, but I'm frustrated. Frustrated is a better word. Not really aggravated. I'm frustrated that my canvases haven't shipped yet. And you know, I mean, it's like you pay for something, and I'm willing to wait a reasonable time to ship something, especially if it's coming from overseas. But I ordered these canvases. I ordered my Diamond Art UK canvas after I ordered these canvases. And something from overseas has already made it all the way across the ocean and through customs and everything into my hands. It's sitting right here beside me. But my Diamond Art Club canvases that are 4 hours away from my house haven't even been processed yet. I don't quite get that. So, anyway, that's my rant for tonight about it. But yeah, I'm a little frustrated about that. Now, granted, these canvases, you know, I'm probably not going to work on right away. But that's not the point. The point is, if I pay for something, I want it to be delivered in a timely manner. And it's up to me when I work on it, not, you know. So I'm glad this canvases are not time sensitive, because if they were, then I'd be in a really bad position right now, which I don't want to be. So anyway, there's that. So, like I said, I did get my package from Carissa's Crafty Corner, and then my Diamond Art Studio UK canvas, which is a small one, because I'm just trying them out to see what I think about their quality. And right now, what I can say is I'm highly impressed with their shipping time. I was like, wow, this is awesome. So, and I have ordered a canvas from Jada Gem Shop as well, which I understand those are made to order unless she has them in-house, which I don't think this one was in-house. I don't know, I can't remember. But I'm willing to wait for it. It's not something that I need right away. But, well, I am going to try to do it for the Cat Fedora event that Shay's putting on, Crafting with Shay's putting on. But if it don't get here in time, I don't know what to say. Because I am, like I said, I'm trying to be on a lower buy, because I do have a lot of canvases and I really want to work on my older canvases. I know it's just August, but next year I'm already kind of thinking about how I'm going to work on canvases next year, and how that's going to look like versus what this year has looked like. You know, this year I started my channel back in May and all that, and so I really wasn't sure what I was going to do yet, and I'm still kind of pondering a few different ideas and tossing them around. But I really want to set some tentative goals, let's put it like that. But one of the things I do want to do is work on some of the older canvases that I have. Medusa is an older canvas, but this one is one of the younger canvases that I have. But I thought it was cute for the event because it's very summertimey. It has cats in it, and I thought it would be so cute for the event, and something different to work on. So a different company as well, because I really love Diamond Art Club's quality. I think they have set the gold standard for diamond painting with quality, clarity, some of the best rendering. Their quality of their canvas and their drills are pretty good, and you know, that all plays a part in their diamond painting experience. So, but yeah, so, and then I've got a third whip that I'm working on, and let me see if I can grab that real quick because it's laying over there. I'm working on it. I'm not going to show you the actual canvas. I'm going to show you the thumbnail of what I'm working on, because the canvas is rolled up in here. Here it is. This hummingbird picture. It's a Leisure Arts, as you see here. It was on clearance whenever Hobby Lobby was doing their clearance of redoing their diamond painting area. And that's another thing I want to talk to y'all about. I'm kind of on a rant tonight about different things, but another frustration that I'm having is everyone's showing those Christmas stuff from Hobby Lobby that their local Hobby Lobbies are putting out. I have literally went into my local Hobby Lobby by my mom's house. I can't tell you how many times, like at least once or twice a week, trying to see if they have put those Christmas items out, and they are putting it out Christmas, but they still have not put any diamond painting related Christmas stuff out in our local Hobby Lobby. And I was telling the little girl today, because I went in there because I was wasting time before my sister could get to her appointment and everything. I was trying to waste time instead of driving all the way home and having to leave again and blah blah blah. I was just trying to stay in the area, so I went to the Hobby Lobby just to see. And I ended up getting, if you do go to your local Hobby Lobby, ours is doing 40% off or 50% off the Paper Studio products, which is like washi tape and stuff. I did get some washi tape. Let me show y'all real quick. And it's the thin ones, because I have a lot of the thicker ones. Also, I made a Walmart trip today, so I needed some gravy packets and stuff. So I went by their craft area and I found this washi tape right here. Let me hold it. Hang on. Let me adjust it so y'all can see it. It's this iridescent foil tape, and it's this. Let me back out. So it has all these colors in it. I'm going to turn it aside and try to pull it up in the camera. Anyway, it has all these colors. So I got that from there. That was $8 and something. Then these are $2.99. Whoops, I dropped one. These are $2.99 regular, but they have the thicker stuff too. But I got these ones, and these are $2.99. So those are kind of like pale metallics. These are the glitter ones. The glitter ones. And then I got these pale glitter ones with the gold and the silver too. So, but yeah, so these were like 50% off or 40% off or something. So I didn't pay very much for them. And they're, I mean, I like it because like these right here, that's what that is. It's these thin ones. I like to section my, I don't feel like there's a need to use, you know, thick washi tape to section your diamond painting. That's kind of wasteful in my opinion, but you know, you do you. But Anyway, I like this thin one. And I don't like release papers, and that's a whole nother issue. I don't care for release paper. A lot of people are like, why don't you use release paper? I just don't care for it. I like to see my canvas, and I don't like release paper at all. But anyway, so I did a little shopping in that regard, and I got those washi tapes, so we'll see how they do. I did get some kitty cat washing tape the other day. I ordered it from Amazon. It's got paw prints. I've already put it up in my washi tape box, so I'll have to get that out one day and show y'all the washi tapes that I have. I mean, I have quite a collection now, but I have not ordered from any company besides Amazon. I picked up some at local stores, Hobby Lobby, stuff like that. I have not got any washi tape from any of the people that other creators have recommended. Not because I just haven't looked, and it never comes to mind until I'm sitting down, and I'm one of those people that like instant gratification. I can be patient and wait if I think it's worth it. You know, I can be patient, but if I think that I can get it quicker, then by all means, let's do that. But like I said, I'm enjoying working on this. I'm enjoying the event. There is I've already got my canvas for Drills and Chills laid out. I'm not going to start that. I mean, you don't have to have a new start or any of that. So they're kind of being very laid back about it. You do have to have a licensed canvas for the event if you want to be considered for the grand prizes and whatever. But if you just want to be considered for the weekly prizes, you don't have to have a licensed canvas for that. And there's no size requirement. So I've already got one picked out. I don't think it's going to take me that long. It does have a lot of confetti, and we're going to see how it turns out. But I'm not going to do a huge canvas. I'm going to try to focus on Medusa, get her finished up, and get her off my table and finished. And then I'm going to focus on some other canvases that I need to focus on for gifts, and then we'll go from there. By then I'll need to work on Drills and Chills, get that done, and then there's another canvas, the Golden Glade canvas. I might do that one. I'm still considering doing that one, but I do want to have like one round and one square going. So I think Golden Glade is round, but it is a bigger size. So and it does have confetti because it's a landscape kind of. So I will have a square going. It might be a smaller square, but I will have one going. So again, like I said, I want to work on some of my my older canvases, and so 2026 is going to look different. I'm going to be able to have more time. Like I said, I'm going to be trying to do trade shows so I can sell as much of our inventory as possible, and then liquidate the rest. But as of December 31st, we're done with that. So I should have more time, in 2026. One of the things that, I'll be honest with you guys, one of the things that has kind of discouraged me is I love to watch month-end reviews where people show their finished diamond paintings every month and all that. I don't have the time because of my job and, my family requirements and and all that stuff. And I mean, and my pieces that I work on are usually confetti heavy, and I don't have a lot of pieces that are quick finishes. I do not care for the mini sets. I don't. If you like them, great. You know, I'm happy for you, but I just don't care for them. I don't. I don't care if someone counts them as a finish or whatever, like in their month-end reviews. Hey, you do you. But as far as I'm concerned, I do not think I would like working on them. Not to get the sense of a finish. That's kind of no, in my opinion. Okay. And like I say, if you like them, I'm glad for you. I've seen some cute ones. I just don't want to do them. I kind of feel that way about partials. Now, you know, I've seen some beautiful partials. I've worked on some partials. They were fun at the time, but now I like full drill canvas and all that stuff. So it's a preference thing, but what I was getting to is because I do work and I don't have a lot of time each day to diamond paint, and I work on confetti heavy, a lot of times big pieces and stuff like that. I don't have like finishes every month, and so I just don't feel like I can do the month-end reviews because I wouldn't have anything to show you guys. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel bad about that. But I'm hoping that 2026, like I said, I can work on some of my smaller canvases along with some of my bigger canvases and kind of mix it up, and then maybe have like 2 finishes a month at the most, or whatever. So we'll see. I'm mulling over some stuff in my head. I do want to participate in more events. I like the community of it. Even if I don't win any prizes or anything, I like the community aspect of it. So I'm trying to do that. I'm also using this canvas that has flowers in it. Diamond Painting Anonymous is doing a paint along this month, and it's a floral theme. And there's a Facebook group and everything, so if you want to participate in that and paint along with everybody, you can go to her Facebook group and join it and show your progress and use the hashtag floral paint along 2025 or whatever. Then you can tag that way in the Facebook group and share and all that. It's just fun. I like like I said, I like the camaraderie of it and the community of it. So I'm working, that's my 3 whips. Medusa, this one, Time to Chill, and that one is called Hummingbird. That's the name of it. They named it. So that one's a round, and it's from Leisure Arts, and it's really turning out nice, by the way. I've got like the bottom row done, like this much of the bottom row. Let's see. Like this much of the bottom row. Now you can see my hand. Well, I thought you could. Like that much of the bottom row, maybe. And so it's been fun. It's been enjoyable. But I've really had some good momentum with Medusa, and I will show her to y'all in just a minute because we have gone over an hour now. So basically that's my plans, is to work on Medusa, to keep plugging along on her, trying to get her done. I'm going to unbox the Diamond Art Studio UK one at some point. I am going to continue my unboxings of my DAC stash if I can ever get those canvases that are supposed to come in, if I can get those in, I will unbox them too, which I thought would be in time, but I will do those at the end of the whole unboxings, the original unboxing. And I will let y'all know, like, this is the end of the stash that I had as of up to certain so date, and anything you see beyond this date is stuff that I purchased after these particular dates or whatever. And so and then I'll share those with you. I've got one coming from Jada Gym Shop, like I said. I'll share that one with y'all when it comes in. But yeah, so for this month, it's going to be the Paws and Claws event, the floral event, which the canvas is going to be both. And this is my first streamer design, so I will do a full post review on this once I'm finished with it and give you my thoughts. And then again, to work on that hummingbird one, maybe get that one out of the way. If I could get Medusa done, that would be fabulous this month. That would be great. That way, as soon as September comes, I'm going to possibly be busy with my side business, and I'm going to have some of my weekends are going to be taken up with shows and stuff. So again, I won't have as much time to dedicate to diamond painting, but if I can just focus on drills and chills and the Golden Glade for the most part, canvas, and I can work on that one late September, November, and then possibly work on a Christmas canvas for jingle drills if Lindsay with Emeralds and Fairy Lights decides to do it. But that's kind of the overall view and plan of right now. And then as far as what I've been watching lately, basically I've been watching a lot of YouTube since my boss hasn't been at work, taking care of his baby and all that. I've been watching a lot of the other creators and their content, which I've been enjoying and everything, catching up on some of that. And then I here and there watch a couple things with my husband. He's watching Blacklist, and he's watching another series, and I'll just kind of glance up at it if I'm in there or whatever, but I'm not really into it, if you will. Reading, I'm in a reading slump right now. I was listening hard and heavy to the second book in the A Court of Mist and Fury, and I just honestly, I'll be honest, I haven't listened to it. I've been listening to the radio as I'm traveling to and from work and stuff like that, but nothing consistently. And I do have a Pandora station I'll listen to every now and then, but again, I've been really watching a lot of YouTube, so that's that. I'm hoping that at some point I can get out of my reader slump, but right now I'm still there, and I'm really not interested in trying to, put another iron in the fire right now. And I'm just really enjoying diamond painting and watching everybody and participating in the event. So that's kind of it. But you guys, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope that everyone in your family is doing well, and that things are going well for you. If you made it all the way through to the end of my gabbing, can you leave me a cat emoji in the comments, or a dog or a cat, whatever pets you have. Leave me emojis in the comments of what pets you have. If you have 2 cats, put 2 cats. If you have dogs, whatever, and those pets are an emoji, let me know. If they're not an emoji, just you can write it out in the comments. I'm curious as to what everyone has. I love my pets. I love my cats. We used to have dogs, but they have passed on. And now we have 3 cats and 2 spiders. And I really love my pets. So even though one of my cats is my diamond painting supervisor, and I have to kick her out of the bedroom sometimes. So, but anyway, I've chatted y'all's ear off long enough. Thank y'all so much for joining me on my WIP Chat. Again, this is Mimi Sparkling Diamonds. I hope y'all have a great week, and I will catch up with y'all on next Wednesday unless something happens to where I have to reschedule or whatever. But just know that I'm going to try my hardest to do my WIP Chats on Wednesday. They may be a little bit later than sometimes a little bit later. Like tonight, if a special situation comes up and I need to record a little bit later, but I will do one on Wednesday unless something happens, and then I will try to put out a notice on YouTube that I'm not feeling well or whatever the case is, and that I will catch y'all in the next WIP Chat. But again, I appreciate everyone for watching. If you're new, please consider subscribing. You guys, on your way out, please hit the notification bell so that you know when I post another video. You guys take care and keep diamond painting. Let me know what you've been working on or what you were doing while we were chatting. And again, please leave me an emoji of the pets you have. You guys have a great rest of y'all's week, and I will catch up with y'all next Wednesday. Be safe and keep diamond painting. Talk to you then. Bye.